Hey guys, Fix It John here. My wife's up to her old tricks again. She's wanting me to replace the faucet and some work underneath, and she's threatened to hire a plumber if I don't get it fixed. So that scared me, and we're going to replace her faucet and do a couple other things too while we're at it. So the wife wants the faucet changed, and I really don't see anything wrong with it. It drips a little water out there and a little dirt and debris. Once that clears up, though, it's good.
No, that's not working.
Well, and the other thing that she has an issue with, I don't see anything wrong with it, is when you pull the sprayer back, it just keeps spraying.
Yeah, it's not working for me.
So, and there again, I don't see anything wrong with that. And this valve here, it goes to the refrigerator water and ice tray. This one here runs up to the cold water faucet. And we have another dual valve right over here. So we have that one there with the bad valve, and we have this one here. I may or may not change it out today. But these valves are working. They open and they close. This is the hot side. One goes to the hot water line at the sink, and this one here runs to the dishwasher. So here are the tools you'll want to use. A channel lock. Okay guys, first thing you want to do is determine where your shutoff valve is before you do any work under the sink. And our shutoff valve is right here. You can either shut it off here at the main valve at the house, or you can shut it off at the street. So once you've shut the water off to the house, you need to find the valve. It could be inside or outside of your house. That's the lowest point in your water system. So you need to open that up to let any pressure out. And we'll go around to the other side. That way the water doesn't keep leaking inside the house. So the reason why you want to shut the hot water tank off is if the job takes longer than what you intended, you get it done, or you may not get it done, and the water out of the hot water tank is evaporated and you burn your heating elements up. So that's why I shut the hot water tank off, because there's no cold water running into the hot water tank to keep the heating elements covered with water. So, okay, we have two valves open outside because I believe they're the lowest. And we'll turn these on to release any air. So this is really not a complicated job, guys, and just not much room in here to work, so let's see what we have to do. Alright guys, this is the what we're looking at here is the back side of the sink underneath. This is the cold water line here, so we can unscrew it and break it open, get it started, and there we go. We want to pull that off. And that bolts to the faucet. We'll discard that hose. And this holds the sink down. And this is all done by hand. We got to remove these so we can pull the faucet out. And this is the sprayer. And instead of unbolting the faucet or the sprayer, cut this. Yeah, that's a lot better. So that way we can just push the sprayer through the sink and get it out of here. Alright guys, we got one more line, and it's the hot water line. I'm going to remove this plastic hose and replace it with a braided metal hose. And I should be able to undo that by hand. Yes, I think anybody could pretty much do this. I think my 13-year-old can do this. So don't let it scare you. What scares me the most is that $300 or $400 bill I get. That scares me. All right, guys. Here we're at topside here, and that's all it is. Very, very simple job. I'm gonna scrape this stuff off here, clean it up. All right, I used the putty knife, but I got some little scratches in it, so I'm gonna use this scouring stick that you use for toilets, and hopefully it's got to be wet though, so hopefully that'll take the marks off from the putty knife. Yeah, and it's taking it off. Let's do the unboxing. Here's the faucet she picked out, and it's got the sprayer, everything. This is a quick connect. This thing right here, you just slide it in there and it'll connect into the faucet. Just a quick connect. The sink, or the faucet here. Look at that. Nice and fancy. Put that in, we'll be like the rich kids down the street. Another quick connect. And the plate to cover all the holes. And this is for your sprayer nozzle that goes there. So let's get the directions out in case we need them. So what we want to do now is install our cover plate. And then they provide you with a little plastic ring. And the ring, it's got little let's see, is that the right one? Yeah, it's got little sort of nipples on the edge of it. If you can see that. That goes up into here and connects. So what we'll do is we'll feed it through these lines here. Feed these lines through here. You see this brass threading? Let's make sure we're seated on here. This little plastic will seat nice and grooves right there. So, and then this has a little rubber O-ring on it to keep the water out from getting down into your cabinet. So now we'll go underneath. Now I bought these hoses. I didn't it comes with hoses. I didn't know it came with hoses. Usually you have to replace the hoses, but oh, and they provide you with a little key to take the aerator out, so you can, I'll do that before I forget, so you can flush all the contaminants out and it doesn't clog up your aerator. And then they provide you with a plastic O-ring, a plastic washer, and you would insert that up over the threads, followed by the metal washer. Insert that up over the threads. And then we'll be screwing this up on it, and then using these screws right here, we'll screw these in and tighten them down up against the sink, and that will hold this up. We're gonna feed this, also feed this sprayer down under here. All right, guys, looking at the back of the sink underneath of it, we want to thread this nut over the sprayer, And that's all they provide you is a little hand tightening nut. So they want you to run the plastic one on first, then the metal one. And we'll run this metal washer over the hoses. There's the metal washer. And it'll stay there. Now you take the adjusting nut with the 2 Phillips screws that they provide on it. This is what tightens the faucet down. There we go. And just tighten that down. And just snug it down. Don't kill it. Don't tighten it. Don't because you have these other screws, you can tighten it down even more. So as long as we can still move it, yeah. Okay. All right. Let's take. Okay, you have a Phillips head, Phillips screw here. You can use a nut driver or Phillips head screw, and you're just pulling the faucet against the sink by tightening these up. So that's all you're doing there. Okay, you have 2 lines coming down here. This is for your, this will work into your, these 2 here will work into your sprayer. And I'll show you that in a minute. But you have 2 lines that come all the way down to your valves. And one of them is tagged and says cold. So make sure you get that one on the cold side. Cold is always on the right. So let's hook this one up here on the cold side. And just start it with your fingers. You don't want to make sure you don't cross thread it. And you'll know you're not cross threading it if it's able to go on with your fingers. We just barely have enough hose to reach the valves, just barely. So I'm not crazy about these lines. These are sort of a woven fiberglass, some sort of mesh line. I prefer the stainless steel braided. Let me loosen this up. Started to twist. I'm going to hold this with the line started to twist on me a little bit, so I'm going to hold it with a pair of pliers. When I first tried to tighten it down, it sort of, this is designed to swivel up here, and it wasn't swiveling real well. It was starting to twist the line, so I'm just going to hold that. Not with a whole lot of pressure, just light pressure. Go. So we're over here on the cold water side now, and here again I'm just holding this lightly up here so I don't twist the hose. See how that twisted? Don't care for that. There we go. All right, now we're hooking up the sprayer. So what we do is we put this up here, put that up there, put this lock key in it. There, it slid right in, just like butter. Got that in there. And that's on there. And then you take this spray hose here, and you hook it up to the other water line. There. That's on there. Now this one goes to the, make sure you don't have it tangled around these pipes before you hook it up. This one here goes to the sprayer. And that's just a quick connect. So we're all hooked up now. And let's go topside and see how it's working. Let's turn the water on, make sure nothing's leaking first under here. Okay, let's open the hot water line side. Now we may get a drip because like I said, these washers in here, they go bad. And it may drip for a bit until it's all the way open to seat that washer down. And I didn't replace this one only because I got the wrong part. I wasn't paying attention. So see the little drip right there? It does have a drip, but that should stop. And let's keep an eye on that for 1 minute. All right, guys, let's go. I don't see any leaks. I don't see anything dripping. The water's on full bore all over. Let's go topside and see what our sink's doing.
The aerator out, so it's going to come out a little cattywampus. This is only to let the dirt out. I'm going to run it for a minute. See how the sprayer works. Ooh, see that black stuff? That's the reason. Oh, there you have it.
So we're going to put the aerator on. I didn't care for how it came out. It didn't seem like it had a whole lot of pressure. Here again, we're tightening it up by hand. It's only plastic. So, and they give you a key. Probably need to keep this key in case we need a new aerator. But let's see what it does now. That's it, not a whole lot of pressure, and I don't know why. So yeah, we've got the faucet all in, and I don't know if the pressure is lower than what it was before. If it is, if it's not coming out as quickly, it's only because the cold and hot water lines were, they appeared to be thinner than these stainless steel braided hoses. Well, they were thinner, but I don't know what the inside diameter was of them. Let's see here, and I date it. Anytime I replace a braided hose, I date it because they're good for like 8 or 10 years. So you'll know when you replaced it. But the inside diameter may be a little bigger in this one, but the sprayer seems to have all kind of pressure. So remember, this is Fix It John. If this video helped you in any way, like and subscribe and give me a thumbs up. Thanks for watching.